Hi Sai Karate Illuminati, this is Noah, and today we're going to take a moment to discuss Naihanchi-Dachi. That would be the stance that is used in the kata Naihanchi, particularly within Chibana Chosen's lineage of Shorin. This particular version of Naihanchi-Dachi is relatively high and narrow, whereas if you're comparing it to the stances used in Naihanchi in modern Japanese systems or Tomarete-based systems, you're more likely to find wider, lower stances. To find the foot positioning for this version, we can start in Musubi-Dachi with your heels together, pivot out on the balls of your feet so that your feet are parallel to each other, pivot out again, this time on your heels so that you are in Hachiji-Dachi, or your figure 8 stance, then pivot out one more time, this time on the balls of your feet until the edges of your feet are pointing slightly inward. Now, this is about as high and narrow as Chibana Chosen himself used for this stance in Naihanchi. However, there is some openness to how wide and low this is depending on the practitioner. Because everyone's build is slightly different, you will find that some people are up here with their feet this close together, whereas others find wider stances to be more effective for them personally. There is some wiggle room for your own personal preferences. So this is something where you have to find your comfort zone. Now, at first glance, this stance looks to be knock-kneed, especially if you're looking at it from the front. It looks as though the knees are collapsing inward. But if you were actually looking down at your stance, that isn't actually the case. What we're seeing here is the upper legs being turned at the hips, rather than just turning the feet or turning the lower leg. This means that we have internal rotation all the way down our legs, and we are effectively trying to push down and out. This is the sort of feeling that we're trying to get in the stance. This makes it somewhat springy, keeps the knees from collapsing, and ensures that when we try to rotate our hips, our knees track in line over our toes in this direction. Obviously, when we do that from the front, it looks as though the knees are wobbling side to side, and that isn't actually what's occurring. It is essentially an optical illusion. Using this evenly weighted stance with internal rotation, we're actually able to push with one leg to rotate a hip forward and pull with the other leg to rotate the other hip back. This means that we have a lot of rotational power that we can generate from this stance, which is really why it is a fundamental component of the development of your structure and mechanics within Shorin-ryu. This rotational power is key to the system. Now, of course, because this stance is so high and narrow, it does not have a lot of leg strengthening qualities. But by maintaining the tension in your legs, you are still engaging a lot of musculature that you may not otherwise be accustomed to. So it can make your legs sore as you're learning this stance, and especially as you are using it to start generating power through rotation.